if the content is not contented. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. Julia here with very lovely face and compliments of the season. In today's video, like straight to the point, I'll be talking about the updates for the Pearson Test of English exam 2024 updates. Now these updates have been on since November of 2024. And I haven't come here to do this video, but I've been able to tell some of my students, and I've also been able to reply to messages that I've got about this update. So today I'm here, I'm talking about this update. Now, if you've been following me, if you've been watching my videos prior to this time, I know I've mentioned about templates not being so important. So I always say with or without a template, you can still pass the Pearson Test of English exam. And now the update is that some of the templates that we've had before in the time past may not be working anymore. Yeah, that means that there's the update that Pearson has on their website means that they've kind of added a human expert to their scoring. So that simply means that it's not just going to be scored, that's your effort or your exam score. It's not just going to be scored by the computer. Remember, prior to this time, Pearson has been a computer-based exam, purely computer-based. Your scores are being AI marked and all that. But the update now is there's going to be a human expert also helping in the scoring. How does that sound? A bit scary, right? So I used to say that Pearson was one English exam I really liked because there were no human interferences, but that's not the case now, like since November. I think I'm just going to be reading it out and I'm going to put it on here for you to see. So the first update is some tasks that were automatically scored will now also have human expert review the response for content before the final score for the task is confirmed. How does that sound? Doesn't sound too good, right? But it means that you can still try your best and still get the score. Now, if you've ever attended my PTE class, you can bear me witness that for the PTE writing, I will not always recommend a template, okay? I teach you how to write PTE essay, okay, from the scratch, because I know it's actually very easy for you to write the PTE essay. Because when I first wrote the PTE, I had memorized the PTE essay template. And when I got into the exam hall, yours truly forgot some of the words that were memorized. So that was what made me say to myself, I need to help these students. I need to help these test takers. They need to know how to write an essay. Because if you understand what is required of you from the essay, you should be able to write a good essay. Now, where would these human interferences or human expert review come in? In the speaking. For a task like describe image and retell lecture, where you always use a template. You know how we used to say, there's a beautiful task right in front of me. I see blue, yellow, green, purple, black, and all that. The thing is that a human expert will now review your score. So that means that if what you're saying is not corresponding with the content on the screen or the given image, it means that you automatically be getting a 0. So it's, that saying to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So it's very important that you understand what is required of you so you don't keep writing this PTE exam over and over again. You get what I mean? So that means that for tasks like the described image and the retell lecture, you would have to look at the given images or listen to the retell, the lecture that is being retold. You're going to listen to them and you should be able to give them the responses that they are looking for, because it's not the computer marking it again all by itself. Prior to this now, I would say, oh, it's a computer-based exam, or whatever you give is what you get, right? But now there's going to be a human interference. They said a human expert will review the response. I think I might be able to put like a snippet of what's on their website. Okay, something like this. You can see here after the AI gives a score, you would see human expert 1, human expert 2. So that means that it may not even be only one human expert reviewing your score. It may be more than one human expert. So that means that you have to put in more work for you to pass your PTE exam. I don't think it's going to be like a stroll in the park anymore. They're just trying to make it become a more standard exam compared to the IELTS and maybe TOEFL IBT. So there's no cause for alarm because I mean, if we've helped you before to pass, we're still here to help you pass. Another module that will be affected by this new update will be the writing module. So there was something I saw on their website, which I want to bring here. It says for the right essay, because we know you're scored on 7 different traits like the spelling, the content, the form, the vocabulary, grammar, the coherence, and all that. It said if your response does not meet the minimum requirements for the content and form. So what basically I gathered here would be that if the content is not contented, pardon me for using that grammar. So that means that if they give you a topic and you're not writing on that topic, it means that you get a 0 mark for content. Let's say, for instance, they're talking about unemployment rise in urban cities as a result of migration. Then you are talking about something totally different. All those templates that say that the significant other and order, all those writing templates that are being circulated everywhere on YouTube. Those templates do not contain the content of the questions most times. That means that if you haven't written about the essay topic, you're writing something totally different, you get 0 for content. Okay, now if you're not writing up to 120 words, or remember the form there is 200, but yeah, if you write less than 200, sometimes you can get a score. You can still get 1 mark for form. But if you're writing less than 200, maybe writing about 120 words, which is not up to 200, then you might be getting 0 in form. And they have said here that if you get 0 for form and for content, then you automatically get 0 for that essay. This sounds a bit not so good, okay? But then again, that is where our tutoring classes come in, our tutorials come in, okay? All you need to do is follow through instructions. So that means that the update so far on their website is focusing on speaking and on the writing module. So that means you have to take this task very seriously. I would always say speaking module is the most important module in the exam. This is because it will add a lot of marks to your read aloud and your repeat sentence. And we know that the read aloud and the repeat sentence do not have templates. So tasks like the describe image and retail lecture that do not have a lot of scores are being really looked into. They are now human interferences, in terms of your responses. So that means that you have to pay more attention to the described image. You do not have to say, that since they say there's a beautiful image right in front of me, let me take a closer look at this image. Now those things are not so relevant or will not be relevant anymore. You have to focus on what is before you. You know how people say, I have 40 minutes to talk about this. It's not important. Just go straight to the image before you and describe it. That is what they're looking out for. Remember that it's not just going to be a computer-based exam only. It's also there's going to be some human interferences in your score. That is the response to your to what you have done. Okay, so they have human expert review your response. So there's going to be an interference of human expert reviewing your response for you to get the score that you need. That means for you to get 79 or 90 might be a bit tricky, but it's still doable. So these are the updates I wanted to bring out here for you. And remember, I remain your favorite PTE tutor, and I'm here to help you get that score that you need for your migration or your study purpose. Remember to like this video. Remember to subscribe to this channel because it's free. And leave your comments in the comment section and I'll respond to it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.